Hello everyone, this is Clancy here again from Redford's Auctioneers, the author of Avoiding Tenants from Hell while Maximising Profits and Increasing Your Wealth. Chapter 3 of the book, Principle 3, it's regarding tenants' timekeeping and dress sense. What I normally find, if they are late to the appointment, they will be late with the rent, so make sure that they do turn up in time. Always be judging prospective tenants. When you make the appointment to meet them at the house, do they turn up on time? Tenants that usually turn up late will be late with the rent. It's human nature, and the same applies to their appearance. Are they clean shaven? Do they have nice clothes? Have they good manners? If their appearance is poor, this is exactly the way they will treat your house, so make note of that. Avoid tenants who turn up late or poorly dressed or have bad manners. Dealing with people that are similar to yourself, they're a lot easier to deal with. Trust your gut feeling about them. Again, this is a part of the process that people sometimes don't adhere to. Their gut feeling. If something feels in your gut that it just doesn't feel right, don't. Just walk away. It's better to have an empty house than to have a problem tenant in there. So the bullet points there would be: are they on time? Are they dressed well? Are they like you? What is your gut feeling about them? Again, the 7 steps. Do they turn up on time? Is the car clean? Are their clothes ironed and pressed? Are their teeth brushed? What is your gut telling you about them? Again, that is a very important thing, and I am repeating myself here, but I'm repeating it for a reason, because these steps are very important. If you gloss over these and don't look at them, you're going to end up in big trouble with them. If something is wrong, maybe check their old house, the one that they're living in at the moment. Is that house clean and tidy? Make some excuse to go there. Maybe you need to go to sign a contract or collect their references from their house. Are they the type of people that you would introduce to your own family? The case study there was, when I think about it, when I was starting back out in the property business, I just got my first rental property, and maybe it might have been a second tenancy. I let a tenant into the property that I shouldn't have. At the time, again, I was new to the game. It was my own property. I was under pressure to pay the mortgage to keep the banks happy. I met the tenant at the property. Look, they seemed to be fine, even though they were 20 minutes late for viewing. I didn't listen to my gut. What I noticed at the time, that the tenant, the lady in particular, she had very bad oral hygiene. There was food and stuff stuck in her teeth, and they hadn't been brushed obviously in a long time. But she was okay. I kind of got on okay with her, and they were under pressure to move into a place. She didn't have any reference, but she had the money, and I was eager to take the money. So even though their clothes were not washed, again, I didn't listen to my gut. I gave them the key to the property. We signed a lease there and then, and away we went. They moved into the property, and I was happy out. 2 weeks later, I got calls from the neighbours. They were in the middle of the night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I was getting calls from the neighbours about the parties that were going on in the apartment. The police were being called. I spent the next 3 weeks then negotiating with them, trying to get them out of the property, and eventually I just had to give them their full deposit back, and I had to give them back some rent as well. I had to pay them basically to get out of the property. When I got the property back, it was in terrible condition. It had all the signs of a party house. I had to repaint the whole place, clean it out thoroughly. A terrible and costly experience, again adding huge pressure. I didn't have much money at the time, and I was under fierce pressure to get it rented again. So I suppose that's why it's so important to check out the tenant's dress. If they're going, if they're wearing shabby clothes, they're not looking after themselves. Personally, they're not clean, they're not punctual. All these things. If it's a poor looking tenant, that's exactly the way they're going to treat your property. So, if they don't look after themselves, they won't look after your property. So the metaphor there would be dirty tenants equals a dirty house. So avoid them. Listen to your gut, which a lot of people don't, but it's something you really need to do. If there's anything wrong, just if something doesn't feel right, stay a mile away from it. You're better off having the property empty than putting a tenant in there that you don't feel right about. So again, if that's the end of this chapter. If you have any questions or queries, please do email me, pat@redfords.ie, or go to the website www.redfords.ie. Thank you.